Boy, if only there was a portable executive 8-bit computer that I could use for all of my corporate CEO executive shenanigans.
I have just the thing for you.
What is it, Chris Kraft, my friend, who is named Chris Kraft, not the boat?
It's a Commodore executive computer.
I thought this was called the SX64.
It is the SX64
Can I
executive
hold it?
computer. There you go.
Oh, wow, it's almost as light as my iPhone.
Sure.
So this is a portable Commodore 64, right?
Correct.
Wow! Look at that! Is it wireless, like the internet?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
In fact, one of the worst aspects of this design for collectors is that often this component...
Oh, this is the interconnect between the keyboard and the computer, right?
Yeah. And when people find these, often they're frustrated to discover that this piece is missing.
Does this thing still work?
It should. It should just like kind of, you'll see once you push it
Oh,
over.
yeah, like that?
Yep. But you'll notice if you look closely that how sharp the edges are on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that causes problems for like a straight DB25 serial connector.
Oh, yeah, because they're rounded.
Yeah. I just know people struggle with the...
So like that?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're good to go. And then you've got a cartridge slot here.
Well, we should see if it still powers up.
Yeah. The power cord is here. In addition, I have something that's equally rare, which was the case that you could get with it.
I don't think the whole thing's going to fit in that case.
Yeah. And then I believe the case was just for the cables and stuff, and then this nice
Does it
executive manual.
Tell you how to program the computer? Oh, yeah,
sure.
there's some code listings.
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
sure it's the same as the 64 manual, just with a different cover, but Commodore was frugal.
Like they tell you how to make sprites. You know, at the Vintage Computer Festival that you did not attend, people were putting LCDs into it. Hey, look, there it is.
Either the monitors fade or the color scheme is different. It's
Keyboard's a
probably
little
bit.
sticky.
Which, being easy mail, this means it's for generating mail lists. Oh, that's
You
not
got
good.
some corruption on the screen.
That's not good.
Can you try? Is there a reset button?
That's interesting. My friend's 64 had a similar problem. And I don't remember, but it's been a while. It might be that the need to
It's weird that the... Wait, did you turn it back on just now?
yes.
I don't see anything on the screen. It shouldn't take that long to heat back up.
No. It might have officially died. We might have witnessed its death. Came alive just long enough to die.
Well, the screen is producing,
Yeah,
you know, brightness.
because when I turned it off, you could see it turn off. So,
Oh no, is
Yeah.
it dead?
well, nothing's ever really dead.
No computer's ever really gone.
Uh,
Or do you want to test something else first?
let's work through the others first, and then I'll know how many dead computers I have.
Hopefully not too many dead computers.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I was hoping it would be.
Well,
but
at
it's
least,
not surprising.
at least we got its final hurrah on video.
Yeah,
So you can tell people that it worked, if only for a day.
yeah. Now, I don't know what to expect from this power supply because this is an original one, and like
They go
like,
bad?
well, look at it.
Oh, it's bulging.
Yeah. Well, they seal them with like this intense epoxy or whatever it is. I don't know. It's like harder than. Also, this floppy drive has a unique feature.
What?
Quick release cover.
Oh, that's nice.
Look
Look at all the chips in there.
But I always thought it was fascinating that Commodore put the 6502 in the floppy drive.
Yeah, it was a floppy drive controller.
Right. But one of the unique things about that was you could load software onto the floppy drive. So back in the day when we were sharing software, we would take two floppy drives, set them side by side, run the serial cable from one to the other, and then just load up the copy program, and then if you wanted to, you could just shut off the 64 after that, and it would just copy the floppies from one drive to the other.
Now, see how everything is MOS technology? That's the chip fab that Commodore owned. So they could spin up chips all day long, whatever they needed, including the famous SID.
Yep.
So you don't think this Commodore is going to work?
I don't I just can't see it. I mean,
Why not?
I don't know.
Are you saying it belongs in a museum?
I remember the day my friend bought it. We went to the store and he needed a computer, and we convinced his mom that he should get a 64 because, well, I had one. So before that, he had a TI 99-4A.
Well, this is a step up.
Well, I mean, some people would argue that 99-4A was as good. Hold on, I need to...
Not graphically.
I mean,
Well, the TI would have had a Z80 in it. Yeah, in that case, it would have been a lot faster because this 6502 was clocked at like what, 1 megahertz? It's like pretty slow. And then that's just the clock, so your actual, computation, you'd be like, divide by 4 of that. No color? Maybe there's an issue with the color circuit inside of it. 10, print, space, hello world. Oh, my work here is done.
But I always thought it was interesting because back in the day, I was buying software from Electronic Arts where they had the logo was EOA. Back then, they were just some little company selling software for the Commodore, and other machines.
They weren't that little. I can do it if you want.
Do you know how to load it, or I was going for the joystick?
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, I was worried the comma wasn't working. It's accessing.
I think it's 8,1. What I didn't mention, the reason why the top comes off of that one is because I had to realign it so many times.
You just left the top off?
I just left the top
I
off.
did that with my Atari 100 as well, with my 1040 disk drive?
Okay, yeah.
Can't remember the exact number.
But yeah, it was like such a pain that
EA Sports. It's in the game.
like people who get frustrated because they're scrolling and there's a bit of lag, and I was waiting an hour for a piece of software to fire up and run. It's just
Why is this so slow? I read there's some sort of like design error in the C64 and they basically couldn't fix it, or if they fixed it, it would break compatibility.
Yeah,
This is like 8 times slower than it needs to be for some dumb reason.
Yeah, and that's why other people then later came along with the fast loaders and.
Is it something with like how they're shifting 8 bits? Because if it's 8 times slower, it must be like a bit to byte kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it possible that that's just on a loop and this isn't actually working at all?
Well, can you listen? Is it making like any kind of? Oh, don't take the top off. Does it seem like it's hunting?
The head is moving, yeah. I know this thing loads games slow, but I can't imagine it's this slow.
It's not reading.
We should try it again.
I have a different drive.
So Chris, at the Vintage Computer Fest that you didn't go to, I got this.
I don't even want to
The
touch it.
Sewer 64. I don't know if it works, but it was so cheap. Do you remember that YouTube video of that kid who bought a mainframe
Yeah.
and hooked it up in his garage? I bought this from him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's a nice kid. Yeah, I got $10.
Hey, look at that.
It's in black and white too.
Yeah. See, I think your screen must not be compatible with the video signal produced by the 64.
That's weird because it's worked with everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, plus, minus, insert. Well, it at least turns on.
Yeah, that's a big step.
Yeah.
And my guess is if you did some maintenance on the keyboard, it might actually work.
Probably.
I
mean, the important thing is it turns on.
And depending on the age, there's a good chance that this has a SID chip in it. So,
oh no.
Worst case, it's worth $20-$30.
Unless the SID chip has been scavenged by people like you. So we're going to try this disk drive now?
Yeah, see if it loads faster.
What if it doesn't?
This drive should be in better shape.
Loads faster than not at all? Is that what you're hoping
Well,
for?
Yeah, I mean, not a super high bar. Oh wait, no, that's
I need the data cable.
Yeah.
What, same game?
Let's try the same one and then
Hard at Mac.
Hard at Mac.
It's like they're trying to be like America's Jet Set Willie. Okay, here we go. Oh, oops.
things we take for granted.
See, I still remember the right order to do it. I don't think your space bar is working properly. Oh, wait, no, there it goes. Now, Chris, I'm sure when you try that... Oh, I've got an
Oh, you
error.
should do comma 8, comma 1, too. Could be this drive's bad. So much old electronics.
Yeah, but it's just all it's doing is talking to it. It's not like it's mechanically... You know what I'm saying? If it was mechanically bad, it should still respond.
Well, but it could be bad electronically, you know.
No.
This drive. I don't know if I've ever even tested that drive.
The green light comes on, and then we turn on the computer, the green light comes on again. Like so, the computer's affecting it in some way. Loaf? I would do anything for computers. Wait a minute. Isn't there like a jumper in the back for what drive number it is?
There is, yeah.
Maybe it's not the right device number.
It's possible.
Do you know what the dip switches mean?
That part of my brain has been erased.
It's 0 to... Is it 1 to 8 or 0 to 8?
No, it'll be 9 if it's not 8. Probably be 9 if it's not 8.
Bingo.
Now that I think about it, that drive might have been... It's not present error.
How do you get the disk directory?
List. Well, you gotta load...
Oh, I see. It's trying to load EA off drive 8, but it's drive 9.
Yeah.
So if we try to do load EA off 9...
And comma 1.
There it goes. Yeah, it might be better to switch the drive ID back to what it needs to be.
Yeah.
So since you had multiple drives hooked up, that's why the drive indicator dip switches in the back weren't set to default.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Load.
Hopefully I got it right.
You did it! Well, we got the game to load.
So I can put it back on the monitor, because that's also black and white. I was hoping it would be in color, but...
But then the Sewer 64 had the same issue.
Yeah.
It could be something about the Commodore's color signal when used with a...
LCD.
Possibly?
I mean, I'm sure there's some Commodore owner
That would know.
that is laughing at us right now.
Mm-hmm. Are you a Commodore owner who is laughing at us right now? Leave a comment below and we won't read it. Oh, it's just Donkey Kong.
Yeah, kind of. I mean...
Listen to that Sid music.
Yeah, at least I know the SID chip works.
Why did you restart the system?
Oh, I was going to load something.
Oh, okay.
Something else.
Well, what's the command to change the screen color?
I don't know. There's a poke, but I don't... As I've said, that part of my brain was erased.
What, by aliens or something? So we have to wait 1.5 minutes, and noise at end of load is normal. It's very cordial of them. Oh, it's Load Runner.
Yeah. I liked Load Runner because it's a traditional kind of... It has a lot of the traditional aspects, but then the fact that you're digging holes is what made it different.
Mm-hmm.
For me.
Yeah, because you gotta dig the holes to trap the baddies, right?
Yeah.
They look just like you. It's like you're killing your brethren.
Esports.
That's an awfully slow transition.
Well, yeah.
You know what it probably was? They were probably so proud of the drawing routine to make that circle wipe that they left it in even though it's really slow.
I just thought it was interesting is how the dudes will, like if you fill a hole, I mean the AI was not terrible. See, they'll run over each other.
There's safe combinations on this vent. LRL.
Yeah, so where's the safe?
I don't know, but there's like a hidden treasure in this house. I mean, it's like a puzzle from Myst. It's like, oh, how do I open the safe? I have to find a combination. Oh, it's written on this wall here.
Look around the room. A clue must be somewhere. So this is the 64C.
Okay.
So
It looks like it's longer.
Yep. Late in the life of the
C64.
actually, after the Commodore 128 came out, they re-released the 64 with similar stylings, which is why it has this kind of wedge-shaped.
Oh yeah, Atari did that too with like the XE line.
Yeah, yeah. But it's essentially a Commodore 64 simplified.
Oh, we should try the Epix Fast Loader cartridge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know why none of these are in color.
This cartridge will make it load faster.
Yeah, it probably replaces
The BIOS.
that section of the BIOS anyways, so
Fast load. Oh, the keyboard's nicer. Now we should only have to wait 45 seconds, right?
I don't know because the fast loader speeds up the loading of the ROM routines, but if they had their own routines,
Loader code?
yeah,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't be any faster. Seems like it was faster though.
Is that the noise at the end that's normal?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was way faster.
yeah. This game looks really nice. It's like a deep red. Blocks are a deep red. The lighters are white, but
Oh, now there's another one?
well, when one dies, then
Oh, they can get squished by the hole.
they don't stay dead.
Oh, come on! It's loading level 2.
Here goes the wipe. It's like someone who discovered Kiki wipes for the first time, and suddenly they're everywhere.
Well, actually, a wipe like that would be a lot of math. That's probably why it's so slow on this Commodore.
Yeah,
So your Commodore 64 and your Commodore 64C both work.
correct.
My
yeah.
Sewer 64 works.
Works, but the keyboard's messed up.
Yeah. Do you want to try your SX64 with this screen?
Yeah, let's just confirm.
And then we can move on to the Atari?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so you've got it hooked up to an external monitor, right?
Yeah.
Anything?
Nothing yet, but I'm not sure it's. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And I assume you're not seeing anything here.
The disc has its initial, movement, but nothing beyond that.
I noticed that the video appeared and then it went away, so it's like it's getting a video signal, but there's no signal.
Yeah, I think I think it is outputting just like a blank screen.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Let's move on to the Atari,
Okay.
and then we'll loop back, whatever. Because I know either way I gotta fix it. So
Yeah, all right. Through the port for connecting the keyboard, you can see some sort of encoder wheel for the disk drive. See that? Well, now we're going to hook up the Atari, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you get this one from?
I don't know. Somewhere out of the ether.
Now, it's got a janky RF cable, but it also has a built-in... Oh, Star Raiders. It also has built-in audio video. Although I have trouble getting S-Video to work. It should work.
Yeah, that's part. I'm not sure. Like, I was going to ask your opinion if I should like double stick tape it to the top or.
Yeah, that's what I did when I refurbished mine.
Okay. I thought it had a memory expansion in it, but I guess it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, I mean I thought it had the cartridge.
Yeah, the memory expansion is under here. So you pull these tabs, and then you lift that up, and then you can see.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, so your operating system, and then, well, you probably have 3 16Ks, which makes 48.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, originally, because RAM was super expensive back in the days, you'd only get like one of these, so you have to upgrade it. But
Well,
it's built pretty tough. Look at that. I'm sure these are single bit RAMs. Probably DRAM too. So what they would do is each one of these chips would hold. It wouldn't hold a byte; it would hold a single bit. So if you wanted to make a byte, you'd have 8 of these chips.
Yeah.
And each one would have, 1 bit times 16,000 cells, so to speak. And then you put them all together and that gives you 16K bytes. Actually, since there's 2 sets, it's probably less than that. So it's probably, these are probably like 8K bytes. So yeah, this is probably, basically 8,192 bits, right? Then you put 8 of those together, that gets you 8,192 bytes. Then you put 2 of them together and you get 16K.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it worked back then. And it's not that SRAM didn't exist or you couldn't use SRAM with these computers, but SRAM was even more expensive.
Yay.
It works! Why does it sound like a static bomb?
I have no idea.
Yeah, let's plug in a controller. Oh, and by the way, the Atari 800 had 4 joystick ports before the Nintendo 64 was even a twinkle in its daddy's eye. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Atari 800 personal computer system. It's 40-year mission. Oh man, this thing is 40 years old now.
That sounds amazing.
Well, actually, it'll boot into notebook mode, even if we don't have a cartridge.
Memo pad. Look at that.
Looks like it's working fine. I mean, this is actually a pretty good condition Atari 800.
Cool. Well, at least I know I've got 2 machines I could sell to anyone who's interested. If anyone's interested, comment below.
Well, or you could take it to VCF
Yeah,
next year.
we're going to go to VCF and...
No, Chris, you don't need to retrobrite it. It was always this color. This is how it came. Hey, tell you what, would you be willing to trade doors, maybe?
Doors?
Your door is in, I think, better condition than mine. I can go grab mine. So here's my personal 800.
They look almost identical.
Yeah, but look, there's a little nick on the door.
Ah, I see.
If I zoom in, you can maybe see it. Like, yeah, right above the T.
Yeah, I don't know. That nick, I don't know. That's going to knock something off the price. What were you thinking?
I got to get it framed. I got to put it up in my shop. I think your sticker isn't aligned as well as mine. Look at that. See that gap there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, well... Oh, yeah. Well, there's like a... Yeah.
Yeah, like whoever put your sticker on was drunk.
Probably made on a Wednesday, I guess.
I thought it was Friday. Yeah, look at that. I don't think I want your door anymore. Look, we can start our own BBS. Which Atari do you think looks better? Let us know in the comments below. Left or right? Yeah, yours is definitely lighter in color. Hey Chris, I thought of a fun challenge. I should try to program a really simple game with text.
Okay.
Just from memory. What do you think? Think I can do it?
Give it a shot.
How about we move a cursor back and forth and that's your guy and then maybe he can shoot missiles to the top of the screen?
Sounds pretty good.
All right. So
but how are we going to keep the player playing? We need some kind of live service, you know?
Yeah, it'll be a live service. Missile equals... How would I do it now? I'm going to give it a number of 29. That'll be the active. Oh, the missile will need an X too, so... Could you do 2-letter variables in this? I can't remember. Let's find out. MA equals 11. Print MA. Okay, you can.
But it might only use the first letter. At least on the Commodore, it only cared about the first letter.
That's a good point. Let's do MB equals 12. Print MA. Print MB. Okay. Aha! Take that, Commodore!
Well, I might be misremembering too.
Okay, let me make the text a little brighter. Brilliant. So you got PX equals 20, MX equals 20. So I'm thinking that's a player X position, missile X position, and missile Y position. Oh wait, we could use one of the plot graphics modes.
But out of the box, Commodore was... That's awesome. Just being able to do it.
I think if we use graphics 4 mode, then let's see. This is half the width of the text mode, so plot 5.5 gives us that. So if it's half the width of the 40-column text mode, 79.5 should give us the right-hand side of the screen. And then it's 24 high, so times 2 is 48, minus, 4 lines, that's 20 divided by 2, that's 40 high. So plot 79.39, it's the lower right-hand corner. So now I remember it. So it's 80 by 40 we can draw on this screen.
40. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's that mode?
Yeah, it's a bitmap graphics mode.
I had a book of graph paper, a graph paper notebook that I would take with me to school. And all day long in class, I would just sit there drawing with, coming up with graphics for different game ideas.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do normally when I would make games for this back in the day. I would just redefine the character sets because it's much higher resolution. So yeah, so I made it so it erases either side of the pixel of your character, and then just draws a pixel in the middle. So if we run it, this is not. There it is. Okay, so we do px equals px minus 1, and then we go sub 100 again. It moves 1 to the left. So it's kind of like a function.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the joystick was. I mean, it was a stick command. Let me just guess. 50. If stick 0 equals... Oh, I did put in 2 equal signs. Then px... Oh, if stick 0 equals 11 and px is greater than 1, then px equals px minus 1. And px is less than 78, then px equals px plus 1.
You're living pretty dangerously with those line numbers.
You think so?
I always went by tens.
Hey, there we go.
Cool.
Well, I think it's ready to ship. Alright, now we got our player moving back and forth. Now we have to shoot our missile, right? Let's see. So I'm going to take out 58, 59, go to 99, make that the end of the loop, go to 50. Let's like that. Okay, so I think it's strig. If strig 0 equals 0 and my is more... Just like the Commodore, I'm not used to these keys.
Yeah, it's funny how that muscle memory that seemed natural just vanishes.
Strig equals 0.
Not that I'm complaining, the Commodore keyboard was a little bit wacky.
My is less than, what did I say, 40? If my is less, oh, I'm sorry, if it's more than, it's more than 39, then my equals 38. So that'll be the, if the missile's active. So then if my is less than 39, that means it's active, then go sub 200. Although another thing in this basic, when you jump, like it always looks for the jump point from the beginning to memory. So if you go sub 200, it's actually slower than go subbing 100.
Oh.
If missile's active, we'll jump to 200. We'll color the missile in with a different color and erase itself. And then we'll say my equals my minus 1. If my equals 0, then my equals 40. So basically disable the missile, and then we will color 0 mx 1, basically erase the missile. 299 return. Okay, 5099. Okay. Let's see if that works. My player's gone. I've ruined everything! Yeah, maybe it's just the colors. There's nothing on color 2. Okay, there it appeared. It's not in the right place, but it appeared. The missile. Yeah, we're just using the wrong color register. Of course, it's always something stupid like that, you know? My equals...
Well,
yeah.
that's the funny thing. Like, you know, on the 64, you could, if you ran in color mode, you could have 4 colors. I mean, you could do hacks to get more than that, but you basically had 4 colors. But it's 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, but 0, 0 is going to be black.
Yay!
Pretty cool. Of course, now you need to remove the shooting feature so we can add that back as a DLC.
Yeah. It's Call of Duty, Ancient Warfare. You know, the Commodore had the amazing SID chip. It was a lot harder to actually get sound out of the system in BASIC, right?
Yeah, because you had to use peaks and pokes to pretty much access any of the special capabilities of the hardware.
Well, not on the Atari. The Atari, it's easy to put sound in. I'm just going to add some sound right now. I'm going to have a sound effect when the missile is firing, and then when the missile goes off the screen, the sound effect will stop.
Pretty awesome.
Have you ever heard such fidelity?
Not in 30 years.
Well, Chris, that was fun.
Yeah.
We worked on some old computers. We made sure that your Commodore 64s worked. And we tested this Atari, which should be good to go. You're going to sell this thing?
Yeah, I'm going to sell it.
Oh, no.
I'm not an Atari person, so...
Oh, well.
And I need to make some room, and, you know, good thing to pass these on to people who will really appreciate them.
Right, so it's like a passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Soft reboot.
Yeah, the only bummer is the SX died while we were testing it, but...
Well, we could maybe
hopefully we can fix it.
Take it apart in the future and figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a friend who recently acquired 2 SX64s, and something very similar to that happened, so...
You should replace the screen while you're at it. Although that looked pretty good until it died.
Yeah, and even previously when I tested it, the screen looked really good.
Cool.
So yeah, no weird, like, you know, magnetism problems or anything like that with the screen, so yeah.
Nice. Well, that was a fun day of dealing with 8-bit computers.
Yeah, good trip down memory lane.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Later.